Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and this is a topic that I wanna touch on, and it's gonna probably make you mad, and I'm okay with that. Sonic here, as we can see in this headline coming in from Cosmic Book News, written by Matt McGloin, says Sonic crushes Birds of Prey at box office. Now, while that is true, there's an underturn here. There's an undercurrent to this particular story. And that undercurrent actually is part of the culture war, trying to take Sonic and pit it against Birds of Prey, which I'm going to be blunt when I say is probably one of the dumbest effing things I've ever heard of in my entire life. I mean that literally. If you believe this narrative, if you are pushing the culture war surrounding Sonic and Birds of Prey, I ask that you go find the nearest psychiatrist and get checked the F out, because you fucking need to. For one, these movies are not even comparable. It's literally apples and oranges. It's a false comparison. It's a false narrative. It's fake news. Pushing this in a culture war scenario is dumb as hell. Let me explain to you why. Am I going to be condescending? A little bit, but I think you need to hear it. And if you get mad, good. If you get mad, good. Because at that point, it will have reached you, and that's fine with me. So let's talk about this here. So why is this the dumbest comparison on the planet? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, they're not for the same audience. If Birds of Prey was rated PG-13, you might have a better argument on that front because it would be more open to all audiences versus anyone 17 and older. So there's that. Two, Warner Brothers screwed up on the marketing of this movie and the release date. It's a movie about a breakup. Why wasn't it on Valentine's Day? Which means that Galentine's Day would have been the preview night, which would have seen scores of women going out to see this movie, even though we found out that it was about 54% men who saw it on its opening weekend. Still showing us that more men go and see these comic book movies than women. That's just the truth of it. There's a lot of problems on Warner Brothers' front when it came to the marketing. It didn't have the same level of controversy that Sonic had, and the same kind of reprieve that Sonic had when they listened to the fan base and decided to do the redesign. So there's already a piqued interest in this movie, being Sonic, coming in from April 30th of 2019 when the trailer first dropped. Wasn't until November where we got to see the redesign, and then from there, people were already destined to go and see it. And I'm just going to put it to you like this. It's a PG movie aimed at children. A lot of kids went to go see this movie. There's a reason why it pulled in $70 million in its 4-day weekend. It almost made back its entire production budget here in the United States alone. It's a good movie. I recommend you guys go and see it, but it's not the same as Birds of Prey. A PG-rated film opening up on Valentine's Day weekend when parents are now doing more to incorporate their children into Valentine's Day events, never mind a President's Day weekend where they had the day off of school, so they had more time to go and see the movie, hence $70 million over 4 days. It's another factor as well. They're not the same property. If you were to sit there and try to go, well, Sonic versus Onward, which is coming out in just a couple weeks, that would be more of an appropriate comparison. And I say that because they're two PG-rated animated-esque films, right? Both featuring people on a road trip going on a quest and in the process of trying to find family. Very similar themed, marketed and aimed at the same audience. That would be an apples-to-apples comparison. Sonic and Birds of Prey is an apples to oranges comparison. It doesn't make any sense to put them together. And if you are someone out there that is pushing this information, and I've seen YouTubers do it, and like you look at articles like this and other articles that are similar talking about this, they are pushing fake news. They are pushing a fake culture war narrative. And the reason why they're pushing a fake culture war narrative is because it gets the money, baby. It gets the money. Ooh, it gets that green. It makes it rain. It absolutely does, because they keep you ignorant, ill-informed, ill-educated, and then also pretty effing dumb. And I've said this for a long time now, that if the people out there who predominantly push this kind of fake culture war narrative, they find anything they can to scream about woman and scream about SJWs, the vast majority of it is just them lying to you. And I say this with extreme credibility, because when I was actually doing that a couple of years ago, I didn't care. I forced myself to care about a lot of these issues that were so dumb and benign, because I knew this what got the audience angry. And if I could get them angry, it would do better for me. That's the truth of it. That's the truth of this game. And the thing is, a lot of these people, they'll tell you that. So, I mean, you know, hey, good on them for telling you. but that doesn't absolve you of responsibility from believing it. Now, let me bust this culture war narrative wide open right now. Okay, this is going to be fun, so pay attention. Now, people who are trying to run this narrative that somehow Sonic and Birds of Prey are butting heads in this culture war, right? They don't want progressive woman movies to do well. They want movies with just non-political agendas, and children and hedgehog is fine, whatever. A couple months ago, Terminator Dark Fate came out, right? Or as some of these channels called it, Terminator Woke Fate. Remember that, right? Oh, it's got women and they're beating up men. My God, the horror, the absolute utter culture war horror. The narrative is so bad. They're trying to emasculate men and destroy men. Oh my, it's so stupid. Did you watch the movie? Most of them didn't, because they built this narrative up in their head beforehand where they lied to you about what the movie was about. They told you untruths and they hadn't even seen it because it made them fucking money, right? It made them money. Let's be fair. So, okay, fine. Terminator Dark Fate, right? What was the biggest quote that came out of that? What was the thing I hear the most is Linda Hamilton is going to scare the F out of misogynists, right? That line. They said misogynist and this culture war. Rah, 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 rah. None of that's even true, because if you look at the person who said it, right? It wasn't Linda Hamilton who said it. It wasn't Mackenzie Davis who said it. It was Tim Miller who said it. Tim Miller is the director of Terminator Dark Fate, as well as the director of Deadpool. He also happens to run a production company, a visual effects company called Blur Studios, who, interestingly enough, in 2016 was brought on by Sega to develop Sonic, and who his protege, Jeff Fowler, is the director of the movie. In fact, Tim Miller produced Sonic. Blur Studios did a lot of work on Sonic, and they developed the story. So when you equate the culture war to Birds of Prey versus Sonic, the dude who tanked Terminator Dark Fate for you, the person who said the whole misogynist line, executive produced and co-created and developed this movie that you are misappropriating into a culture war narrative that doesn't exist. Do you feel dumb? Because I hope you would. I really do. I really hope you feel dumb. I really hope you stop for a second and you go, what? And your head explodes from not being able to compute the information. Seriously, this is how dumb this is. The person who you are backing, the person who you are, the movie that you're backing, the movie that you're trying to say is winning the culture war, the good guys won, which is an exact actual subtitle to this particular article, is a lie. It's an outright lie. Because the people behind it, the people who developed it, who worked on it, who nurtured it, who brought it to life, who helped it get to $70 million USD in its opening weekend, that group, they don't like you. They are open about their distaste and their distrust and their dislike of misogynists. And that's not to say that you are a misogynist. I'm not saying that you are a misogynist specifically, but the people out there that were trying to back the Terminator woke fate narrative as being realistic, which it wasn't. Same people made that movie, did this movie. Holy crap. Holy crap. Haven't you been played? Because like I said, the people that run these narratives, they keep you ill-informed and ill-educated and dumb. They keep you ignorant on purpose because they can control your emotions. Because they don't know any better. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. They're making this up as they go along. They're not valid sources of information. If you want the people to be knowledgeable, then demand that they be knowledgeable. Or do the fucking work yourself. I don't know. But a lot of you out there would just rather stay in that bubble. You want your confirmation bias protected. You want your cognitive dissonance protected. You want all of these things protected. You want to stay in your little echo chamber and you never want to leave because God forbid you have an independent fucking thought. Sonic is not part of the culture war. It's not. And no matter how much chest beating and slogans and headlines aren't going to make it any of that stuff. And if you don't like that, if this video triggered you, I'm 100% okay with that. Because this nonsense has got to stop. It has absolutely, positively got to stop. I don't want you being ill-educated, ill-informed, ignorant, and dumb. I don't want that. I don't care if you like the movie or dislike the movie. I don't care. I'd rather you have an informed damn opinion of the movie and not listen to people that run tabloid journalism on the internet in hopes of keeping you ill-informed in order to keep you coming back for more because you think you need them to tell you what's going on when they have no fucking clue what's going on. And they make it up as they go. Sonic is not part of the culture war. And he never will be. I look forward to your thoughts, look forward to your opinions. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.